Welcome back to Muscle TV. Well, strength and conditioning guru Dirk Lamb's training segments always take it to the next level. You may have seen his boxing session on last week's show. Well, tonight's is no different as he takes us through a strength and conditioning workout that may seem simple enough, but will test out even the most advanced athlete.
So the workout we're going to do today is a general conditioning workout that I've used with athletes to prepare them in the pre-season or off-season, just to keep them fit. So it covers all aspects that a person would sort of be looking for in a program. Bit of strength, bit of muscle size, flexibility, really good cardio response from it as well. The circuit we're doing, really anybody can perform it. As far as people who are just looking to improve their overall fitness, drop a bit of body fat, or just get better conditioning for whatever purpose, quite easily it's doable by anybody. We're going to be doing 12 exercises today in a circuit fashion. Every single exercise will be done for 10 reps and then move on into the next one. And the really good thing about today's circuit is it only requires a pair of dumbbells, just one weight, and it can be pretty much done anywhere. So today, James Baronello will be performing the circuit. He's going to be using a pair of 7-kilo dumbbells. He's going to use it for every exercise in the circuit, and that's not going to change. You ready, mate?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, James. The first exercise is a hybrid movement, what some of your viewers might know as a renegade row and a renegade twist. We're actually combining. Spread your feet. Roll it. Straight into the push-up. Twist, roll it, jump up. That's one. It gives you a little bit of a heart rate spike, but not too much to tire you out too soon. The other thing is it involves a lot of the core and a little bit of shoulders in a dynamic way. So it's almost a warm-up before we get to the harder stuff. From there we go into a lunging movement, swinging the dumbbells overhead and darting out into a lunging pattern. Pretty simple, but the reason we do it in that way is because of the effect it has on the core. As soon as you put anything over your head, the core has to switch on in a greater degree, and combining all those together makes a really effective exercise. The third exercise we'll go through is what I've termed as a half get-up. So we've got three things at play here. One is the shoulder stability you get because you are holding the weight pretty much overhead as you go through the movement. That also enables you to do a weighted crunch, so that adds obviously resistance to the abdominal part of it. Nice high hips. When you do the crunch and you come up to the top part, you actually have to raise your hips off the ground into a bridge, and that brings the glutes and hamstrings into it as well. So we've tried to involve 3 or 4 different elements to it. Number 4 is a tried and true standard exercise, which is burpees. However, we're going to do it with weights. We've put that in as the 4th one to really drive the heart rate up. Doing with the weight will just elevate that a little bit more because of the extra load that you're carrying. From there, we're going to go into what we call a windmill. It's a really challenging exercise because of the coordination. Good. Again, the shoulder acts as a stabilizer. You'll be getting hamstring and adductor work out of it because it's a wide stance, and obviously that's where the flexibility part comes into it as well. So the 6th exercise, we're getting to the halfway point, is a dumbbell snatch. Again, for lower body explosive strength, that's what we're doing it, and obviously the arms and shoulders are involved with the catch overhead. The 7th exercise we're going to do is in a side plank. The weight is obviously light, so you're not going to get too much work done on the shoulders, and the snatch part is only in there to challenge the balance of the athlete and make his core work harder to keep him upright and not fall over. The 8th exercise we're going to move into is a variation of a shoulder press. So it challenges the shoulder in a different plane of motion that people are accustomed to, which is straight above, and it just adds another degree of difficulty to an overhead press. From there we move into the 9th exercise of the circuit, which is what we call a pendulum squat. You don't really stop at the top or the bottom of the movement, so you're in perpetual motion the whole time. For one, that will increase the amount of lactate that's built up in the moving muscles, and 2, it also keeps the heart rate very high. So the 10th exercise, we're going to use a really old school traditional fitness exercise. It's a variation of a starja. Most of us would have done it in high school or primary school. However, we're going to use weights, and that's just to make it really, really hard on the heart rate. Number 11, second last exercise, is another ground-based exercise. Another great multi-functional exercise here. Your glutes and hamstrings are really getting a working over. Obviously the obliques come into play. The abs are working as stabilizers and dynamically as well. So many things going on. You would really have to do it to understand just how hard it is. The final one, we have an exercise we call the crucifix squat. Similar to the pendulum squat we were using earlier, the difference here is when the athlete drops into the bottom part of the squat, his arms come out to the side to form a crucifix, but he actually has to get up and finish the squat with his arms out. So you want to pretty much level with your shoulders and not to be dropping them, and that's where the difficulty is, as well as the squatting aspect. All right, mate, it's enough rest. Get ready for round number 2. I know you're absolutely wrecked. Let's go for number 3. Finish it off strong. Good. Last one. Good. High hips. Two. Get under a bit more, come on. 8. Together, lock it out. 2, perfect. 4, get full extension at the top here. Good. That's it, mate. 3 circuits done. Good job.
Thanks, Dirk. Great session, mate. Delivered as always. Well, that's about all we've got time for this week. So thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. And until next week, see you in the gym.
MuscleTV was proudly brought to you by Maxine's, for the body you want, and Max's, because life's too short to be small.